Hi everyone. So in this particular presentation session, we shall try to wrap up some more concepts with respect to module 1. So in our last presentation session, we covered three important Unix commands, that is the cal command, the date command, and also the echo command. Now we shall try to see an extension with respect to echo command, that is one more command called as printf command, which works similar to echo command. We shall try to cover the printf command, how it works similar to echo command, what are all the differences you can see with respect to echo and printf command. Then later we shall see who command. As you can see, this is a command which is mainly used to print overall the users who have logged on to the system. Lastly, we shall wrap up the session with root. What do you mean by root? How you can become a super user. So I will explain what is a super user, what is a normal user, and what are all the different ways to become a super user. So first we shall start with the printf command. As you can see, it can be used as an alternative to your echo command. What is echo command? It is used to display the contents on your terminal. Suppose if there is a file or if there are some contents which needs to be displayed, then you can make use of echo command. Your echo command can be used with different escape sequence character in order to increase the effectiveness of echo command. In a similar manner, you can make use of your printf command. Your printf command will be available on your most modern Unix operating system. You can use your echo command, you can use your printf command instead of using the echo command. As you can see, this is the simplest way in which we can use your printf command. So printf, enter your name /n. What /n will do? It will give a new line. So once you use /n, you will get this particular prompt. Enter your name and the command prompt for you to enter the name. This is how you can make use of the printf command in its simplest way. But there are some differences with respect to printf and echo. We shall see that particular difference. The printf will also accept all the escape sequences just like your echo command. Your echo command will also accept the /n, /t, /b. Just like that, your printf command will also accept all the escape sequence character. But unlike echo command, when you use an echo command, it will generally move on to the new line. But when you use printf command, you need to explicitly give /n to go to the new line. That is the major difference, as you can see here. But unlike echo, your printf does not automatically insert new line unless the /n is used explicitly. So if you are not using /n explicitly in the printf command, you won't be going to the new line in your command prompt. So in order to go to the new line in your command prompt, you need to use /n whenever you are using printf. But that too won't be the case with respect to echo command. In echo command, even if you don't use /n, you will be going to the new line. That is the major difference. So whenever you are using your printf command to display some contents, you can also make use of the different format specifier you will be using in C language. Just like the different format specifier such as %d, %s, %f, that you will be using %o, that you will be using in C language, C programming language. All those format specifier can also be used in Unix operating system whenever you are using the printf command. That is what has been stated here. Printf also uses the formatted strings. In the same way, the C language function of the same name uses stem. That means what are all the format specifier or formatted strings you are using in C language, that same functions will be written in Unix operating system also. So we shall see some example to understand how we can use these different format specifiers or different formatted strings. As you can see here, I am using the printf command. Here I am making use of the printf command to print the value of shell. So whenever you print the value of shell, it will give me the absolute path of where shell is located. So I am giving the command as printf my current shell is %s. This is the format specifier I am using. This format specifier will take the value of shell command. So when it is taking the value of shell command, it will give me the complete path where shell is located. Like you can see, the output will be my current shell is /bin/bash. So this will be the path. So the shell command is located in this particular path. So this is how you can make use of a printf command in order to print the contents. So you can use all the different format specifier you can use in the C language. So those format specifier can also be used in this Unix operating system. So here we are printing the value of shell. So whenever you are printing the value of shell, it will give me the path or the absolute path where your shell command is located. So it will say my current shell is this particular path. So this particular path gets displayed. So this is how you can use your printf command. So it can be used as an alternative to echo command. It has one major difference, that is new line won't be implicit. You need to explicitly use /n in order to go to the new line, and also you can use the format specifier which you will be using in your C programming language. So percentages is the format specifier which will be used for printing strings, as you would already know. These are the different format specifier you can use in your Unix operating system, just like when you are using in your C programming language. That is, percentage is used for printing string. If you use percentage %30s, it will print the string but with a space of 30 characters wide. It will give a space of 30 characters, then it will print the string. When if you want to print some decimal numbers, you can use %d. If you want to print a decimal number but with a space of 6 characters, you can make use of %60. If you want to print an octal integer, you can make use of %o. If you want to print some hexadecimal value, you can use %x. If you want to print a floating point number, you can use %f. So this is the example where you can use different format specifier. As you can see, printf, the value of 255 is %o. That means now I am trying to print the decimal value 255 in octal as well as in hexadecimal. So that means for this %o and %x, I am giving 255 as the input. So it will convert this 255 into octal value, and the same 255 will also be converted into hexadecimal value. So that will be echoed, or that will be displayed in the terminal. So as you can see, the value of 255 is in this %o, you are trying to replace 255 with the octal transformation, 377 in octal and FF in hexadecimal. That means the 255 decimal value will be converted into octal value and hexadecimal value respectively, because the format specifier you have used here is %o and %x. This is how you can make use of the different format specifiers. So these are all the things you need to remember with respect to printf. What is printf? It is an alternative for echo command. So it is mainly used to display the contents on your terminal screen. The one major difference is it won't implicitly put the new line. You need to explicitly use the /n. So all the C language format specifier can also be used with printf. So this is one example in which the value of shell will be, that is the absolute path where your shell command is stored, is displayed, and also the different format specifier which you can use with printf. Those are shown here. This is one such example where the value 255 is displayed in octal and hexadecimal value. Now we shall try to see the remaining two commands. The first one is the second one is who. That means who are all the users who are logged on to your Unix operating system. In order to obtain the information with respect to all those users, we can make use of who command. So your Unix operating system is a multi-user system. That means multiple users can simultaneously log on to your system. There can be a single system with one CPU and all the necessary hardware. So different users only with just a terminal, or I can say only with just a monitor, they can log on to the system which has all the necessary resources, CPU and other hardware. So multiple users can simultaneously log on to a single system in order to access the resources. So in order to obtain information with respect to all those users, the command you can use is who command. So your who command will return a list of all the users who are logged on to the system. ಯಾರೆಲ್ಲ users system ಗೆ log on ಆಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಆ ಎಲ್ಲ users information obtain ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ I can make use of who command. So your who command is mainly used to display information on all the users who have logged on to the system. So when you use WHO command, it will give the users who are logged onto a system. In this case, it is giving me two users, that is Mahesh with terminal 7 ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಲಾಗಿನ್ ಆಗಿ ಈ ಟೈಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಲಾಗಿನ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅನ್ನೋ ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಶನ್ ಕೊಡುತ್ತೆ. ಒನ್ ಮೋರ್ ಯೂಸರ್ ಇಸ್ ಮಹೇಶ್ 123 who has logged on to the system with this terminal. ಈ ಟರ್ಮಿನಲ್ ಮುಖಾಂತರ ಲಾಗ್ ಆನ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಈ ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಲಾಗ್ ಆನ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ. With the WHO command, there are many different arguments you can use. ಬರೀ WHO command ಅಲ್ದೇನೆ WHO command ಜೊತೆಗೆ you can use many different arguments. So one such argument you can use with WHO command is -h option with capital H. When you use -h command option, what it will do andre, it will just give me the header along with the information which is getting printed. It will be combined with the header information. So header ಕೊಟ್ಟು header ಜೊತೆಗೆ it will give me the respective information. Mahesh corresponding terminal ಯಾವ ಟೈಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಲಾಗಿನ್ ಆಗಿದೆ, ಏನಾದ್ರು ಕಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಗಳನ್ನ ಇನ್ಸರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾನ, ಎಲ್ಲ ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಶನ್ ಈ -h ಅನ್ನೋ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಪ್ರೊವೈಡ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. So this is one such option you can use along with the WHO command which prints the header information. So one more option which you can use with WHO command is -u option. What will -u option will do andre, it will give me detailed information of all the users who are logged onto the system. ಯಾರೆಲ್ಲ ಯೂಸರ್ಸ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಲಾಗ್ ಆನ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅದು ಅವ್ರದ್ದು ಡೀಟೇಲ್ಡ್ ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಶನ್ ಏನಾದ್ರು ಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ I can make use of -u. As you can see, I am using WHO command along with both the options -h -u ಎರಡು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೀನಿ. -h ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ it will give me the header information. -u ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ it will give me detailed information, that is name of the user, the terminal through which the user has logged onto the system, the time in which the user has logged onto a system, ಎಷ್ಟು ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಅವನು ಐಡಲ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದ, ಯಾವ ಪ್ರೋಸೆಸ್ ಐಡಿ 1865 ಇಸ್ ದ ಪ್ರೋಸೆಸ್ ಐಡಿ, ಯಾವ ಪ್ರೋಸೆಸ್ ಐಡಿ ಮುಖಾಂತರ ಅವನು ಲಾಗಿನ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದ. ಸೊ ಎಲ್ಲ ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಶನ್ ಡೀಟೇಲ್ಡ್ ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಶನ್ ವಿತ್ ರೆಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ ಟು ಎ ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಯೂಸರ್ ಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಮೇಕ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಆಫ್ -u ಆಪ್ಷನ್. So your WHO command is mainly used to list all the users who are logged onto the system. You can use WHO command along with different options. The two major options are -h option, which gives the header information along with the user information. Then you can use -u option, which is mainly used to obtain detailed information with respect to any of the user. The detailed information can be the process ID, the time in which the user is idle. All those information will get displayed with WHO command. Now we shall move on to the last command for this particular presentation session, that is root. What actually is root? So this is a major thing you need to understand. Before going into root, there are two different types of users. That is, one is the normal user, the other one is the super user, or I can say is the administrator. So why such distinction? We can have only the normal user, right? Why we need to have two categories such as normal user as well as administrator? Because the privileges that will be given to the normal user and the administrator, who is also called a super user, will be different. That means normal user will be having less privileges or less permissions, or I can say less functions, whereas your root or the administrator or the super user will be having more privileges and more functionality given to him. So that's why the administrator can perform operations which the normal user cannot perform, or I can say the super user can perform functions which the normal user cannot perform. So there are some extra privileges you are giving to the administrator or the super user. So the next question you might ask is, sir, I will be logging onto the system as a normal user. Can I become the super user? The answer will be yes. So once you log on to the system as a normal user, you can become the super user by following some procedure. So we shall try to understand what is the procedure to become a super user from a normal user. As you can see, your root andreno administrator login ಆದರೆ you are not logging into the system as a normal user. You are logging into the system as a system administrator. That is called as root. So whenever you're logging onto the system as a normal user, you will be getting a different prompt. So whenever you're logging onto the system as a super user or as an administrator, you will be getting a different command prompt. We shall try to see all those differences. So as you can see here, the Unix system provides a special login name for the exclusive use of the administrator. It is called as root. That means whenever the user is logging onto the system as an administrator, the special login name that will be provided will be root. ಸೊ ಅವಾಗ ನಿಮಗೆ ನಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಯೂಸರ್ ನೇಮ್ ಕೊಡಲ್ಲ, ಕುಮಾರ್ ಅಂತನೋ ಅಥವಾ ಮಹೇಶ್ ಅಂತನೋ ನಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಯೂಸರ್ ನೇಮ್ ಕೊಡಲ್ಲ. ದ ಸ್ಪೆಷಲ್ ಯೂಸರ್ ನೇಮ್ ದಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಪ್ರೊವೈಡೆಡ್ ವೆನ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ಲಾಗಿಂಗ್ ಆನ್ ಟು ದ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಆಸ್ ಅನ್ ಅಡ್ಮಿನಿಸ್ಟ್ರೇಟರ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ರೂಟ್. ಆ ಲಾಗಿನ್ ನೇಮ್ ನ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ. This account doesn't need to be separately created but comes with every system. That means you don't need to create this particular user. Whenever you are installing your Unix operating system, it comes along with the Unix operating system. So root comes along with the Unix operating system. It does not need to be separately created. ಬೇರೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಯೂಸರ್ಸ್ ಅಡ್ಮಿನಿಸ್ಟ್ರೇಟರ್ ಹತ್ರ ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಸಪ್ರೇಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. ಬಟ್ ರೂಟ್ ನ ಸಪ್ರೇಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡೋ ಅವಶ್ಯಕತೆ ಇರಲ್ಲ, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಕಮ್ಸ್ ಅಲಾಂಗ್ ವಿತ್ ದ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್. Its password is generally set at the time of the installation of the system and has to be used on logged in. So for the root user, you need to set the password whenever you are installing the system, whenever you are installing your operating system. ಸೊ ಯಾವಾಗಾದ್ರೂ ನಾನು ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಟೈಮು ಥ್ರೂ ರೂಟ್ ಏನಾದ್ರು ಲಾಗಿನ್ ಆಗಬೇಕು ಅಂದರೆ ಯು ನೀಡ್ ಟು ಮೆನ್ಷನ್ ದಟ್ ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಪಾಸ್ವರ್ಡ್. ಸೊ ಆ ಪಾಸ್ವರ್ಡ್ ಇದ್ರೆ ಮಾತ್ರ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಲಾಗ್ ಇನ್ ಆಸ್ ರೂಟ್. ಸೊ ವಿತೌಟ್ ದಟ್ ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಪಾಸ್ವರ್ಡ್ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ನಾಟ್ ಲಾಗ್ ಇನ್ ಆಸ್ ರೂಟ್. ಸೊ ದ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಇಸ್ ಹೌ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಬಿಕಮ್ ಎ ಸೂಪರ್ ಯೂಸರ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಎ ನಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಯೂಸರ್. ಸೊ ನಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಯೂಸರ್ ಇಂದ ಸೂಪರ್ ಯೂಸರ್ ಆಗಬೇಕು ಅಂದರೆ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ? So there are two different ways. The first way is when you are logging into the system, at that time itself, you can log in as super user. So at that time itself, if you want to log in as super user, then you want to use the login name as root. Login name ಏನಿದೆ ಅದನ್ನ root ಅಂತ ಕೊಡಬೇಕು. Because administrator ಗೆ login name root ಯಾವಾಗ್ಲೂ, ಜೊತೆಗೆ corresponding password ಏನಿದೆ which you had created during system creation ಅಥವಾ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಾಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಏನ್ ಪಾಸ್ವರ್ಡ್ ನ ಕೊಟ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ರಿ ರೂಟ್ಗೆ, ಆ ಪಾಸ್ವರ್ಡ್ ನ ಎಂಟರ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ಇಫ್ ದ ಪಾಸ್ವರ್ಡ್ ಕರೆಂಟ್ಲಿ ಮ್ಯಾಚಸ್ ವಿತ್ ದ ಪಾಸ್ವರ್ಡ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾಡ್ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟೆಡ್ ವೆನ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ಸೆಟ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಅಪ್ ದ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್, ದೆನ್ ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಲಾಗ್ಡ್ ಇನ್ ಆಸ್ ರೂಟ್. ಅವಾಗ ರೂಟ್ ಮುಖಾಂತರ ನೀವು ಲಾಗಿನ್ ಆಗಿರ್ತೀರ. ಸೊ ದ ಕಮಾಂಡ್ ಪ್ರಾಂಪ್ಟ್ ವಿಚ್ ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಗೆಟಿಂಗ್ ವೆನ್ ಯು ಲಾಗ್ ಇನ್ as root will be hash. You won't be getting the dollar command prompt. So this is how you can differentiate whether you have logged in as root or you are logged in as normal user. If you are logged in as super user or as root, then the command prompt you will be getting is hash. If you are logged in as normal user, then the command prompt you will be getting in is dollar. So once you log in as root, you will be placed in the root home directory, which can be bari slash ಅಥವಾ slash root. ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಶೆಲ್ಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಲಾಶ್ ರೂಟ್ ಸಹ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಬರೀ ಸ್ಲಾಶ್ ಆದ್ರೆ ಇಟ್ ಇಂಡಿಕೇಟ್ಸ್ ರೂಟ್. ಸೊ ನಾನು ರೂಟ್ ಮುಖಾಂತರ ಲಾಗಿನ್ ಮುಖಾಂತರ ಏನಾದ್ರು ಲಾಗಿನ್ ಆದ್ರೆ ನಂದು ಹೋಮ್ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟರಿ ಬಂದು ಸ್ಲಾಶ್ ಅಥವಾ ಸ್ಲಾಶ್ ರೂಟ್. ಸೊ ಡೀಟೇಲ್ಡ್ ಪಾತ್ ಏನಾದ್ರು ಒಬ್ಟೈನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ರೂಟ್ ಡೀಟೇಲ್ಡ್ ಪಾತ್ ಒಬ್ಟೈನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ, so these are the detailed path. These particular locations only your root can stay /sbin /bin user /bin user dot. These are the detailed part of root login. So this is the first way in which a normal user can log in as a super user. That means as the login time itself, you need to give the login name as root and you need to mention the corresponding password for the root. The second way in which you can become super user, which is to acquire the super user status. You have logged in as the normal user, but now you want to become the super user. How you can do that? You need to use a command called as su. So e command prompt is this command prompt what it indicates, ನೀವು ನಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಯೂಸರ್ ಆಗಿ ಲಾಗಿನ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದೀರಾ ಅಂತ ಈ ಕಮಾಂಡ್ ಪ್ರಾಂಪ್ಟ್ ಇಂಡಿಕೇಟ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ಈಗ ನೀವು ಸೂಪರ್ ಯೂಸರ್ ಆಗಬೇಕು. ಹೌ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಬಿಕಮ್ ದ ಸೂಪರ್ ಯೂಸರ್? ನೌ ಯು ನೀಡ್ ಟು ಯೂಸ್ ಎ ಕಮಾಂಡ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ as su ಅಂತ ಕಮಾಂಡ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. When you use this particular command, it will ask you to enter the password. Now you need to enter the password, which is just the same as this one. Root login ge ಏನು password ಇದೆ ಆ ಸೇಮ್ ಪಾಸ್ವರ್ಡ್ ನ ಎಂಟರ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. So once you enter the correct password, you will get the root command prompt. Now you will be getting the root command prompt, which will be hash. ಸೊ ಅವಾಗ ನಾನು ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ವರ್ಕಿಂಗ್ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟರಿ ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ನಾನು ಸೂಪರ್ ಯೂಸರ್ ನಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಯೂಸರ್ ಯಾವ ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟರಿಲಿ ಇದ್ದ ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಪಾತ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದ ಸೇಮ್ ಪಾತ್ ಡಿಸ್ಪ್ಲೇ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. That means you have become the super user in the current part itself. Current directory, working directory ಏನಿದೆ, in that current working directory itself you have become the super user by using the su command. Suppose if you want to become the super user and you should be placed in root home directory ಹೋಗಿ super user ಆಗಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ then the command you need to use is su-1. ಅವಾಗ ನೀವು ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ವರ್ಕಿಂಗ್ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟರಿ ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಗೆಟ್ //root ಅದು ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ. ಬಟ್ ಬರೀ SU ಕೊಟ್ಟು ನೀವು ಸೂಪರ್ ಯೂಸರ್ ಆದ್ರೆ ಅವಾಗ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ವರ್ಕಿಂಗ್ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟರಿ ಇದೇ ಡಿಸ್ಪ್ಲೇ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. SU ಜೊತೆಗೆ -1 ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಾಗ ದೆನ್ ದ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ವರ್ಕಿಂಗ್ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟರಿ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ / ಅಥವಾ /root ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. So these are the two different ways in which you can become a super user from a normal user. That is, the first way is you need to log into the system by using login name as root and the corresponding correct password. The second way is from a normal user you can become a super user by using a command called as su. So once you give su command, a normal user can become a super user by entering the correct password of a super user. So this is how you can acquire the super user status by using the su command. Any user can acquire super user status with the su command if they know the root password. For example, the user ABC becomes a super user in this particular way. When you become a super user, it will be in the current directory. Though the current directory does not change, the # prompt indicates that ABC now has powers of a super user. ಈ # ಕಮಾಂಡ್ ಪ್ರಾಂಪ್ಟ್ ಏನ್ ಇಂಡಿಕೇಟ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ, ಇವನ್ ನೀವು ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟರಿ ಇದ್ರೂ ಸಹ ದಿಸ್ # ಕಮಾಂಡ್ ಪ್ರಾಂಪ್ಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಟೆಲ್ ದಟ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಅಕ್ವೈರ್ಡ್ ದ ಪವರ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಎ ಸೂಪರ್ ಯೂಸರ್. In order to be in the root's home directory on super user login, ನಾನೇನಾದ್ರು ಸೂಪರ್ ಯೂಸರ್ ಲಾಗಿನ್ ಆಗಿ ರೂಟ್ಸ್ ಹೋಮ್ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟರಿಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂದಾಗ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟೆಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಯೂಸಿಂಗ್ SU, you can use su-1. So these are all the things you need to remember with respect to root login, or I can say the system administrator login. So in this particular presentation session, we covered the 3 major commands or 3 major topics, that is printf, how you can use printf command, what are all the variations, how it can be used as an alternative to echo command. Then we saw WHO, which displays all the users who are logged on to the system. We saw what are all the options we can use with WHO command. Lastly, we saw root, how a normal user can become a super user, the 2 different ways of a normal user to become a super user. So thank you for watching the session. If you get any doubts with respect to this particular session or any presentation session, you can ping me with respect to your doubts. Thank you.